Hello friends, another video of how not to drive in Trinidad. See how that vehicle just passed by there really quick? Don't ever do that. Just because you put your indicator, you flash it, doesn't mean you have the right to go. Let's look at another situation like that where they use the indicator and they think they could just squeeze in. There's no space there, but that vehicle, puts the indicator and fails to squeeze in. But look at what happens next. What? Does that make any sense to you? Doesn't to me. But that's crazy driving here in Trinidad. I got some of you who are new to driving. You've told me that you're new and you come on here because you'd like to learn more about driving. Well, these are all the things that you're not supposed to do. Like you see that white vehicle up ahead? Don't drive like that in the center of the road. He's almost coming to a corner, and if there was a car coming around that corner, he could get hit. I actually had to figure out whether I was in another country or in Trinidad because that vehicle was driving on the other side of the road. Now sometimes they will do that to avoid potholes, but really, as you can see, I am driving on this side just fine without encountering much potholes, or if I do, the vehicle is capable of going around them or over them without going into them. That makes sense? You don't need to spin your vehicle all over the road like that to avoid potholes. Just don't do it. Funny enough, I don't know why some of them will put their vehicle even lower to the road where they can't even drive properly. Now, in addition to crazy drivers, you also have crazy lights. You see how that vehicle, that light, traffic light went from red to yellow back to red? What is that about? Sometimes you will encounter this and you'll wonder what to do, but in this situation in the evening, in the night, when we encounter this, I was glad to see that most of the drivers on this occasion was able to try and figure out what was going on and give some leeway to drivers. Now, sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes you'll get a crazy driver and he will just fly through once he knows the lights are not working and expect everybody else to know what he's doing. So you can see that the lights for vehicles to turn right or left is working. Goes red. On the right, it just turned green and then back to red for them. So that's why the vehicle on the left stopped, and now it's flashing red. That traffic light, like, it couldn't make up its mind what it wanted to do. Anyway, I was glad to make it through that. Look at this. This is a highway, 80 kilometers per hour maximum speed. You can't just pull out like that, just like that, because you're not giving vehicles behind you time to slow down. This intersection is really crazy. You're supposed to stop here and wait for cars to come to the right, but what is that car on the right doing? Why is it stopping? And why is it trying to go into the lane of oncoming cars? Look at that. Does that make any sense to you? To cut into the lane when all he had to do is drive forward and then turn right. But they do that a lot. Cut across, cut across, cut across. Well, maybe a TRINI thing, right? Cutting corners at every second. Again on the highway, vehicle ahead just suddenly decides it's going to stop, and I mean a big stop, and I had to veer and like crazy to get away from the person, because you can't just go. Look at all the vehicles on the left smoking, all kinds of things going on. I mean, you can't just go from driving fast on a highway to suddenly break into almost stop. That is madness. If even you wanted to get away from something or someone, or you drop your phone or whatever, you try to pull to the left gradually. You don't just make this drastic stop. And then you stay on the, what I call quote unquote fast lane. Rather than overtaking, you just stay there. This same intersection again, look, that car can't go nowhere, but it's blocking me from going ahead. And the vehicle to the left is taking a road that it shouldn't be on, and again wants to cut across my lane. I don't understand that at all. Again, people that like to cut across from here. Look at the speed this guy is coming at. He's already crossing my lane and almost hit the vehicle. Now, a lot of these fast drivers think they're real good at driving, but the thing is, if I don't swerve a bit or brake a bit, there could be an accident. So these quote unquote good drivers, fast drivers, are not really that good at all. Now, there's another thing that bothers me sometimes when I'm driving in Trinidad. Suddenly, you'll be driving and then you'll encounter a traffic situation and you'll be wondering, well, what's causing this traffic? And sometimes the situation could be real simple. You know, it could be somebody that just slow, somebody that just not paying attention, or somebody's vehicle stalled. Now, for me, if my vehicle was stalled here on a highway, I would be putting my hazard lights, and that vehicle looks more or less relatively light. I will be trying my best to push that to the side of the road because that is a recipe for disaster. You know, if vehicles are slow enough, you could probably try and flag down somebody to help you get it across if you can't push it. But just staying there and putting your bonnet up, and on top of that, trying to work on your vehicle in the middle of the highway just doesn't work. Somebody could be coming crashing into that vehicle and hit you too. This vehicle was driving real slow, letting everybody go ahead, and then suddenly got a vamps and decided, let me speed now and catch the red light. That's another thing they do here. I just don't understand it. They don't follow the road lines. Look at that. That line there, it says do not cross, but crosses anyway. No indicator. This vehicle decides, I'll put my indicator but cross the line. I'm not supposed to cross anyway. And you might be thinking, well, he probably doing that because he's trying to get to the road on the left. No, carries on normal. Make sure to subscribe, it's free. Thanks for watching. Drive safe.